binoculars, welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting update. We start with Thomas Meunier of Borussia Dortmund, as it has been reported that the 31-year-old right back is waiting for Barcelona till now despite interest from Juventus and Inter Milan. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about Inigo Martinez of Athletic Club, as it has been reported that Xavi did request the signing of the veteran defender in order to play with an alternative 3-4-3 formation. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the stories in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch right up to the very end. According to AS, Borussia Dortmund veteran Thomas Meunier still harbors ambitions of playing for FC Barcelona and prefers to wait for the Catalan club to make an approach despite having offers from two prestigious Italian clubs in Inter Milan and Juventus. Meunier has been linked with a move to Barcelona on and off for the past 18 months or so, with the Blaugrana needing a right back heading into the next season. Several names are understood to be on the agenda at the club's offices, and Meunier is seen as a low-cost solution to the problem, even though he is not very high on the priority list as things stand. The 31-year-old has been close to joining the Catalans back in the winter window of 2022, only for Dortmund to block that move. Following that, there was another inquiry made by the La Liga champions for the Belgian, only to be quoted a figure of 15 million euros. However, as per the aforementioned report, with Thomas Meunier losing prominence in the Dortmund side over the second half of last season, the Bundesliga giants would be happy to see him out of the club, even if it would be a little money, given his contract expires next year. The former PSG ace has interesting offers from Juventus and Inter Milan. However, he dreams of playing for Barcelona and is prepared to wait a call from Matteo Allemani before making a firm decision on his future. However, the signing of a new right back is not yet seen as a top priority for Barca right now. The focus is on bringing in a new pivot midfielder, according to reports, along with an interior midfielder and a centre forward. Following that, if there is room on financial fair play margin, a right back could be considered. However, it is uncertain whether Meunier is a name that Barca will look to sign, given as they have been eyeing players like João Cancelo on loan and Benjamin Pavard from Bayern. Of course, the right back situation continues to be one of those positions on the pitch that Barca needs strengthening. But when we start hearing reports of that is not a position that they are prioritizing anymore, it kind of make me think if actually we are going for that squad rebuild as Xavi always claims he does. Of course, the right back has been a position that we have seen a lot of weakness since Daniel Alves left back in 2016 in his first spell. And of course, there have always been these fluctuations of players who come to that position and they are never stable. There's no really fixed right back that we can say. Like for instance, we can see how Jordi Alba took that left back position his own for more than 10 years since joining Barca in 2012. The right back was missing since Alves left, who was very consistent. And of course, when Jules Koundé started playing as right back last season, he was doing so well there without any shadow of a doubt. But the defender always says he's not feeling comfortable playing there. But he's not having any issues whenever he plays as right back. That is why Xavi continues to put him at that position, because he's still doing a marvelous job. But now that the player have outrightly refused that he doesn't want to continue next season playing as a right back, that is where there were reports that Barca must have to prioritize a new right back come summer. And there was a meeting held 2 days ago in the club's offices by the coaching staff and the Barca board, and they discussed certain things on what the plan will be like for the transfer window. And from what the reports are saying is the new pivot will be a priority. The topmost priority will be a pivot midfielder, an interior midfielder, and also an alternative forward that will at least partner Lewandowski. If Lewandowski is not available, we need an alternative striker. But I think that's not enough. But it all depends, by the way. That's just the top priority. But it all depends on how financial fair play goes and on how the sales of players go as well. Because let's not forget that we must sell players in order to bring new players. Sales must necessarily take place before signings are being made. That is just the fact. Of course, despite Busquets, Alba leaving with huge mass salaries, their names get out of the payroll, but still yet Barca are still facing difficulties. And it kind of make me wonder what is being needed again. That means if those veterans didn't opt to leave, that means we couldn't have had anything like a transfer business because it's like politics, honestly. So no one can tell exactly what's going on, but we have to sell as what they are saying before we can go further to buy players to strengthen the team. Then on to the next story of discussion. Earlier this week, reports emerged claiming that Inigo Martinez had successfully completed his medicals with FC Barcelona ahead of a free transfer. The 32-year-old centre-half has been on the agenda of the club since last summer, but the Catalans could not agree a transfer fee with Athletic Club in 2022. However, his contract expiring on June 30, the La Liga champions were able to secure an agreement over a free transfer months ago. An official announcement will likely be made after June 30, once his contract with Athletic is running down and Barca have more clarity on their financial fair play situation. Now, Sport is reporting that manager Xavi Hernandez requested the signing of Inigo so that he can deploy his Barca team in an alternative 3-4-3 formation. The Blaugrana have predominantly lined up in a 4-3-3 setup under Xavi over the past season and a half. However, the 43-year-old tactician wishes to have alternative system in place to which he can switch seamlessly. The Barcelona coach has a 3-4-3 formation in mind and sees Martinez as the ideal player to slot in as left-sided centre-back alongside two of Koundé, Christensen and Araujo in the three-man defensive line. Xavi sees Inigo as a player who is good on the ball, has good anticipation skills and can cover for the attack-minded Alejandro Balde on the left side. The 32-year-old is considered a good fit not only for 3-4-3 setup but also for the 4-3-3. The manager is understood to have spoken with the Spanish international in 2022 itself and told him that he will be an important part of his plans at Barca. With Martinez understood to have agreed to a 2-year contract with Barca, the only thing remaining is an official announcement from the club. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.